We're here in Aiken, South Carolina at Paradise Farms for a 3-day horse trial event.
That's right, Blair, and I hate to keep bringing the weather up every time, folks, but we got here, it was 37, drizzling, a little bit of sleet, and got word back home, snow on the ground.
Yep, it is, so we're a little chilly, but we're hoping for a good day.
Lellie Ward here at Paradise Farm puts a great event on, so we can bring you some really good horse action today, folks, and forgive me if I'm chittering a little bit, we're trying to warm up.
So stay tuned for more exciting horse tales.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Mickey Finn's, your one-stop party shop with 2 locations to serve you in Florence. Ashley Jones, for all your farrier needs. Call Ashley at 843-992-6723. By Pine View Enterprises, for all your trailer, horse cargo, and utility needs. Also check out their full line of golf carts and storage buildings. See Randall Jones for the best deals in the Southeast. By King Street Auction Company, buying and selling new and used equipment, tractors, and real estate. Call Alton Brown Jr. at 843-382-2121. And by Marshall's Marine. When you need horsepower for your boat, call Marshall's Marine.
Did you know that the equine industry in South Carolina has an economic impact of nearly $3 billion annually? Hello, I'm Marcia Hewitt with the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. The economic impact of the horse industry is one of our state's best-kept secrets. Thousands of people are employed in different areas, from hands-on care to the production of horse supplies. Horses and the opportunity to ride various parts of our beautiful state, from the coast to the mountains, from trail riding to world-class horse racing. South Carolina is a leader in the equine industry.
If you want the feeling of real horsepower, come on down to Doug's Harley-Davidson, located in Florence, South Carolina.
Doug's Harley-Davidson wants you to come by and see why no other bikes on the road compare to Harley-Davidson's ride and performance. And after the sale, Doug's Harley-Davidson has the experience to service your new or pre-owned bike for years to come. And for the latest Harley-Davidson clothing and accessories, Doug's has the complete fashion look on and off the bike.
Doug's Harley-Davidson is not just a motorcycle, it's a way of life.
Southern Flooring and Interiors, Florence's premier flooring and decorating company. The talent, dedication, and experience of their staff gives them a leading edge in the marketplace. No job is too big or too small. Southern Flooring and Interiors, located at 1228 Celebration Boulevard.
There's nothing fresher, nothing finer than locally grown fruits and vegetables. They're tastier, sweeter, healthier, and most of us would agree they're better. That's why your South Carolina Department of Agriculture is working to make certified South Carolina grown produce and products available in stores in your neighborhood. Ask for South Carolina. Nothing's fresher, nothing's finer.
Welcome to Pieces, where you can find pieces for you in your home. Your one-stop shop for women's clothing, jewelry, gifts, accent furniture, and accessories for the home. Located at 1228 Celebration Boulevard.
Folks, join now is Lellie Ward. Lellie, you got quite an event going on here today, and just like in Hollywood, the show must go on in spite of the weather. Will you share with the folks what event you got going on today?
Well, we have a horse trials going on today, and there's 3 phases to our horse trials. Behind us is the dressage going on. Dressage is a French word that means training. These movements that the horses will do will show going forward, coming back, sideways, the obedience and the suppleness of the horse, simulating things that they'd see in war, the Knights of the Shining Armor, also simulating things you might see in a bullfight, you know, for the horses to be protected against the horns of the bull. So it's turned into a subjective competition type art form similar to figure skating, but there is a purpose for all of this. what the horses learn in the dressage ring, they take forward to the 2 jumping phases. We also have show jumping and cross country. The show jumping is over poles that knock down. That's the next phase where they go to from here, and then they'll go out to the cross country. The cross country shows the boldness of the horse. Some of the fences have big drops after them. Some of them jump into water, have ditches. Some of them are very narrow, requiring accuracy. So the horses aren't able to walk the courses, but the riders are. So the riders have to train their horses accordingly to be very. It's a triathlon. They have to do a lot of different things, not just one phase. So.
You got all levels of riders here this weekend, is that correct?
We do. We have all levels of riders and horses. This competition, we're in about our 33rd competition here. So it's established a good reputation. We have riders from all over the country. We have some that rode in the Olympic Games. We have some beginners that are here. A lot of intermediate people. A lot of people start their young horses here. And there are some older horses here that are prepping for some later competitions in the year.
Well, you've been in the industry a lot of years, so how did you get from yesterday to today?
Well, yesterday people were wearing shorts and t-shirts, and today we're wearing as many clothes as we could possibly have on. I've already changed my clothes 10 times today. We've had quite a bit of rain. It's very cold. I hear it's snowing in other places in the state. So it's a completely different conditions today. The mud's starting to show up and things, but the horse show goes on no matter what. We ran 150 horses yesterday in all 3 phases, and today I think we're running closer to 200 horses, and we're just doing the 2 first phases, which would be the dressage and the show jumping, and tomorrow they'll jump cross country. So altogether we're running about 360 horses.
Well, Lellie, how do folks get in touch with you back home because they want to come here and visit with you?
Well, they can always reach me on my website, www.paradisefarmaiken.com, and all the information to contact me, telephone numbers, emails, all that's on there, and we welcome questions from anybody, English, Western, anybody that likes horses, we're happy to talk to.
I'm here with Will Coleman, who is participating in the event here at Paradise Farms this weekend. Will, tell us what brought you here.
Well, we come here every year. We spend our winters in Aiken. I'm from Virginia, so obviously to get out of the cold winter, we like to come down to Aiken. And Lellie runs a great event here. This is one of the better events in Aiken, if not the best. It's a great event for young horses like this one here, and so we bring all of our kind of up-and-coming future event horses to this event on an annual basis.
Okay, well this weekend wasn't so warm, was it?
No, it wasn't. Well, it's all relative, Blair. So in Virginia today it was snowing. So
yeah.
we're even though it's kind of gross this morning, it still is a big improvement on what we would be riding in back home. So we're still happy with it.
And so how long have you been riding?
Since I was about 5 years old.
Okay, so your parents
I grew up in a
well?
very horsey family. My father was a show jumper, and we all, kind of hunted and did things like that when we were growing up. So I have 2 brothers, and we all rode, and I'm the only one that does it professionally. But it's a very horsey background that I've got.
Okay, so what are some of your accomplishments?
Well, that's a good question. I was a young rider champion, North American young rider champion. I've won 3-star level events, kind of here and abroad. Been top 5 at multiple 4 stars.
That's great.
And then I was on the Olympic team this year for the United States. So.
Okay, so what do you get out of this event here at Paradise Farms?
Well, it's just honestly a lot of our, for an upper level competitor and professional like myself, a big part of what we do is producing horses to the top level to then go and try to compete at things like the Olympic Games or World Championships and things like that. And it's events like this that really are the stepping stones that horses and riders have to kind of go through and do to kind of get to those higher, kind of very international levels. So this is an important part of that process. And so week in and week out, we're at events like this, put on by people like Lellie Ward and the community here. And so we're very lucky that they do that, because without it, we wouldn't have a sport.
Yeah. And so this is your horse right here?
This is, it's not my horse. It belongs to a lady, a couple named Fred and Catherine Cooper.
Okay.
But it's a young horse. It's a 4-year-old Irish bred horse that we actually just got. We haven't had him very long. So he's very green, very young, but he's one of these, hopefully, future stars that eventually be doing things like, the Olympics or World Championships or whatever it may be.
So do you use him in each category?
Absolutely, yeah. We have to compete. Every horse has to do all 3 phases. So
Okay.
that's the nature of our sport. And so he's just learning all 3 phases,
Yeah.
but he's getting better. So hopefully he'll be doing this event and many others for many years to come.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Stinner. I'm a partner at Southern Equine Service here in Aiken, and we're going to talk a minute about what to look at after your competition to see if there's any signs of any problems with your horse's legs. This one just came off the course, and basically what we're going to look at is, one, you're going to try and feel if he feels any different, if he's favoring one leg or another. These horses get a lot of leg problems because there's a lot of stress on them. And we're going to look at things like swelling in the joints, down in the tendons or the suspensory ligaments, the fetlock joint. Check their shoes. Sometimes it's as simple as they may have loosened a shoe out on the course. It's something you would like to do on a regular basis, so that when you see something that's a little bit different, that it's maybe something needs to be addressed. If you have any questions or any other interest in that, you can reach me at Southern Equine Service. That's 803-644-1544.
Hey, it's Nicole Parkin. I'm here at Paradise Farm, Lellie Ward's lovely eventing facility. I made it down here all the way from Orangeville, Ontario, and stay tuned for more Horsetails.
Horsetails is being brought to you today by Mickey Finn's, your one-stop party shop with 2 locations to serve you in Florence. Ashley Jones, for all your farrier needs. Call Ashley at 843-992-6723. By Pineview Enterprises, for all your trailer, horse cargo, and utility needs. Also check out their full line of golf carts and storage buildings. See Randall Jones for the best deals in the Southeast. By King Street Auction Company, buying and selling new and used equipment, tractors, and real estate. Call Alton Brown Jr. at 843-382-2121. And by Marshall's Marine. When you need horsepower for your boat, call Marshall's Marine.
There's nothing fresher, nothing finer than locally grown fruits and vegetables. They're tastier, sweeter, healthier, and most of us would agree they're better. That's why your South Carolina Department of Agriculture is working to make certified South Carolina grown produce and products available in stores in your neighborhood. Ask for South Carolina. Nothing's fresher, nothing's finer.
Did you know that the equine industry in South Carolina has an economic impact of nearly $3 billion annually? Hello, I'm Marcia Hewitt with the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. The economic impact of the horse industry is one of our state's best-kept secrets. Thousands of people are employed in different areas, from hands-on care to the production of horse supplies. Horses and the opportunity to ride various parts of our beautiful state, from the coast to the mountains. From trail riding to world-class horse racing, South Carolina is a leader in the equine industry.
I'm here with Julie Richards from Noonan, Georgia. Tell us what you're doing here this weekend.
Well, I came to visit my friend Lellie and compete in her event, and I've been here since Friday, since Thursday night actually. And then I had 2 horses yesterday that did the preliminary event, and today I have 4 in various levels.
Okay, and tell us what brings you here. I've heard that you are an Olympian. So tell us about that.
Well, Lellie has competed at the highest level herself, and she really knows what the sport is about, and knows she's spent a number of years preparing her facility for bringing along horses and people. And so I just wanted to come and support her and see all our cool jumps and enjoy all the volunteers that are so cheery even on a rainy day. And so that's why I came.
So is this how many times have you been to her farm?
I've been to her farm many times, but this is actually the second time I've competed.
Explain to me the events in the Olympics.
Well, it's very similar to what we're doing today. You start off with a dressage competition. The only difference would be in the beginning of the Olympic Games, the horses would be evaluated by a veterinary panel to make sure that they were fit and sound to run. And then they do the same dressage competition that we did today, just at a much higher level. And then that is followed by a cross-country event, which is usually 11 to 12 minutes, which these here tomorrow and yesterday are only about 5 to 6, so it's a lot less strenuous on the horses, and the jumps are smaller. And then it's followed by the show jumping phase, which is going on right now. So this is just what we do to prepare the young horses for the top level. And the fun thing about this sport is there are a lot of amateurs here that are just enjoying the lower levels and trying to be a part of, or they're a huge part of what we do. You know, they fund our sport and they support us and cheer us along when we get to the top level. And it's, you know, you've already seen several other Olympians here today that are preparing young horses that hopefully will, you know, you may see in 4 or 8 years.
So you've competed in the Olympics twice, right? Once on the Olympian team and then once in individual.
That's right.
Correct?
Right.
And so did you place?
The first time was in Sydney, and I was 9th as an individual. And then in 2004, I went to Athens, and our team got the bronze medal.
Wow, well that is great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, I'm glad y'all came. I hope you've stayed dry and warm.
We have, kind of.
Good, kind of.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm John Nunn, and I'm from Bitterbritain Saddlery. Today I want to give you a little tack tip about leather. You got to buy really good quality leather. You know, there's a lot of different leathers, and the way that they tan leather is very important. You want to make sure that your leather is very good and supple, and that it's going to last for years and years. If you buy leather and it's really stiff going in, forget about it. If it's very veiny, if you see like lines in it, you got to make sure your leather is very supple and very soft going in, and make sure that once you buy a bridle or any kind of leather, that you condition it first before you actually use it. Conditioning it and keeping it conditioned is really going to be give your leather a lot of more longevity and length of time of use. So at Bitterbritain Saddlery, we try to educate our consumer quite well. For any more information, give us a call at bitterbritain.com or 1-800-972-7985.
Folks, join me now is Kylie Lee Cahoon. Kylie, what you got going on up here today?
We're here at Pardise Farm. I'm competing, this is my horse, Grace. We're competing her at novice level eventing this weekend.
Right, and you've competed yesterday, right?
I did not compete yesterday. Yesterday was a one-day horse trial.
Okay.
So all 3 events were run in one day.
All right, have you competed yet today?
I have. I competed another horse this morning at a training level, which is 3'3", and he went clean, show jumping, double clear, and he was good in the dressage. So tomorrow he'll run cross country.
And you're a working student here at Pardise Farm, is that correct?
Yes, I work with Lellie. I've been here since June, and I'm hoping to stay until about August when I start school again.
Okay, what's some of your day-to-day responsibilities?
We wake up, start the barn chores around 7, feeding horses, making sure everyone's sound and happy. We usually start riding about 8, depending on what day of the week it is and what we've led up to. We'll either do dressage, hacking, or jump the horses.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about your mare here.
This is Grace. She's a 10-year-old Dutch warm blood. She wasn't broke until she was 7 years old, so she's had kind of an interesting upbringing. She's very sensitive, but she's very talented. She has a great jump, she moves really well, and she's very fit, so she can make it across the cross country without any problems. It's just keeping her listening.
Now, did you start this horse?
I did. I broke her myself. I was 16 when I got her, I think. I had to do about 6 months of lunging before I could even think of sitting on her. And about a month of having someone lead me around without anything, without moving. And then I was able to start working her slowly. So.
Well, she has stayed in your good graces, hasn't she?
She has. I love her.
Well, thank you very much. We look for good things from you and Grace.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, I'm Lindsay Sexton. I'm here at Lellie Ward's place having a trial. Stay tuned to more Horse Tales.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Campbell's Roofing, roof specialist for residential and commercial. By Arbor One Farm Credit. By Quality Auto Sales, for new and used cars. Make Quality Auto Sales your last stop. By Alive Magazine, your devotional publication. Look for this in your local stores and online at alivemagazine.tv. KG Smith Company, now stocking a full line of equine supplies. Visit them in Lake City. And by Cody Young, for all of your saddle repair needs.
Folks, I got Lellie back here with me. Lellie, you shared with us a little bit about how Paradise Farms got its name, but how about go into details? I think it's very interesting.
Well, it's a very special story, and I was over in England and saw a lady and a young boy walk by, and the horse was immaculately turned out. And event horses have pulled tails, and horses' tails, each sport has a different type of tail. Some people have what we call pulled tails, some are braided tails, some are short, some are long, but almost every sport that you go to, if you look at the horses' tails, they're always different. So this lady had an immaculate pulled tail, and I walked over to her, complete stranger, rude American, and said, "You've got to teach me how to do that. I've never seen a nicer tail than that." So we got to be great friends, and she lived on the Isle of Wight. And I used to send my horses to her. I started teaching her son, and I would send my horses to her at Christmas time. And the name of her farm was Paradise Farm, and on the Isle of Wight. And I used to take my horses every year and put them on a ferry boat and send them over to the Isle of Wight when I'd come back to the States for Christmas, and then I'd come home. And so when I came back to the United States, I was riding in a competition up at Morven Park in Virginia. I was in second place. I'd done very, very well, and I was going really fast. And the horse jumped me straight out of the saddle, and I did my ACL, went to the hospital, came back with a big fat knee, and went up to Bruce Davidson, who's one of our best riders in this country, and told him that every time I go fast, I fall off. What should I do? And he said, sell the horse to me. So I sold the horse to Bruce Davidson, came back, and a friend of mine that lives in Aiken showed me this farm from the back view. And when I never thought I'd own 110 acres of land, but it was paradise. So I bought the farm, and I called my friends on the Isle of Wight, and I said, "May I name my farm after your farm?" And that's how we got the name Paradise Farm. So we're still really good friends today, and they did so much for me when I was in England that it's just a friendly tale, and we stay in touch, and it is paradise. It's a lot of work, but it's a beautiful farm.
So folks, that is a horse tail. Blair, this is the first trip down for Horse Tales to do a show in the Aiken area, and it was a great day, don't you think?
It was quite chilly, but very successful.
Lellie Ward puts on a first-class event. She was a great host, took us around and showed us what it was all about, and just can't say enough thanks to her.
Yep, and we had the chance to speak with a couple Olympians, so that was quite an honor.
It surely was. And Lellie said it had 300 volunteers to help her put this event on. It's fantastic.
Yep.
We didn't get to see the cross-country part. We got a little bit on tape and stuff. I hate we missed that, and that was just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Paradise Farms really does capture, the beauty of this place. It's awesome. And guys, don't forget, if you miss a show, you can check it out on horsetalestv.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And folks, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet, and God bless this great country of ours.
See you next week.